If you want to know how badly things are going for Donald Trump, you don't have to look at all of the polls out there, which, of course, for anybody who wasn't paying attention, we did in fact get a poll over this weekend that showed Harris with her biggest lead ever over Donald Trump, a lead of 7 points. That's insane. It's great insane. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I'm loving every second of this, but to have a 7-point lead, absolutely phenomenal at this point. Now, 538 still has her average as 3.6% points ahead of Donald Trump, but no matter what poll you look at, she is crushing Donald Trump. But as I said, you want to know how bad things are for Trump, you don't look at the regular polls, okay? You don't have to go look at the Emerson College, the New York Times, the Siena, YouGov, Politico, Fox News polls even. Don't look at those. You want to know how bad things are for him? Look at the polls that traditionally skew to the right. The ones that are always kind of overcompensating for Republicans, making them look better than they actually are. Because in 2 recent polls by conservative groups, Trump is still getting his ass kicked by Kamala Harris. The first one came out last week at some point from Rasmussen. Now, previously, Rasmussen was the only poll that still showed that Donald Trump had a national lead over Kamala Harris. They showed him with like a 3 to 4 point lead over her, even when all the other polls were showing the same thing in the opposite way. But Rasmussen still had been showing Trump ahead by multiple points. Well, the poll Rasmussen released last week showed Donald Trump losing by 2 points. So even Rasmussen, which according to reports has always skewed to the right, kind of been overly favorable, meaning their numbers are off in a way that benefits Republicans, even they can't hide the fact that Harris is crushing Trump. And then a couple days later, just a day or two ago, we got another one. Let me read you this. The poll, released by the American Greatness TIPP, which describes itself as aiming to be, quote, the leading voice of the next generation of American conservatism, they conducted the poll with Technometrica, and it shows Harris leading Trump in Michigan by 2 points, 48 to 46%. So even in this other conservative poll, in a swing state of Michigan, which Trump won in 2016, lost in 2020, he's losing by 2 points. So even these conservative pollsters who would want nothing more than for Donald Trump to run away with this year's elections, even they can't hide it anymore. They're out there telling us, but most importantly telling the Trump people, y'all got a problem. Everything you're doing is bad. Everything you're doing is wrong. And everything you're doing is turning away more and more voters. And you're losing the swing states. That is how bad it is that even the conservative pollsters are like, even we can't lie about this. Like, we can't cook the books enough to make it look like you're winning. And I'm not saying they are doing that. I'm just saying they're not even going to hide it. They're going to be like, you're screwing up, dude. But here's the even funnier part. Not only is Donald Trump losing in multiple conservative polls, but in response to this poll that just came out showing Trump losing in Michigan, okay, keep in mind, it showed he was losing, Trump spokesperson Stephen Chung, who again, I think is just the worst spokesperson any campaign has ever had in the existence of campaign spokespeople, he said this in response to this new poll showing Trump losing. President Trump dominates Comrade Kamala in Michigan with the RCP average showing him leading by over 2 points. Oh boy. Did you look at the poll? Did you see the name? Do you realize Harris is the one that was ahead by 2 points? And he's talking about RCP, Real Clear Politics. Their average shows Trump 2 points ahead, except it doesn't. Like, that's also not true. So in response to a conservative poll showing Trump losing by two, you try to claim that Trump is in fact winning by 2 among the polling averages, even though the polling averages show Kamala's actually winning. So you lied about everything. You seem very confused about what in fact is happening. And you just went about your day. Like, you sent that statement into Newsweek and you're like, all right, guess that's it. I'm done. This is what Trump's people are doing. And as I've said before, we had that Rolling Stone report from a little over a week ago where his campaign aides, people that work for him, admitted, yeah, we're hiding the negative polling from him. We're not just hiding it from him, we're hiding it from the rest of the Republican Party because we don't want to, quote, decrease morale. But now they're out there actively lying to the public about what the polls say. J.D. Vance last week was asked point blank, like, hey man, you're not doing well in polls. And he's like, those are fake polls. It's all fake. Everything that doesn't show Donald Trump crushing Kamala Harris right now, or Vance crushing it in his race where he's the least popular running mate in modern history, it's all fake. And part of the reason these people say this is because the advisors and the strategists working at the campaigns, these staffers, are telling them it's fake because they're taking the real polls and just, nope, haven't seen any polls. I've got nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. No, that's a recipe for dinner I printed out for later. That's what they're doing. They're hiding it from these people because they're afraid they're going to lose their jobs if they tell them what's really happening with the polls. This is so hilarious. Trump's campaign really is, to a degree, being sabotaged from the inside. And don't get me wrong, Trump's doing a phenomenal job of sabotaging his own campaign, being a horrible person and a horrible candidate. But these staffers who think they're out there protecting Donald Trump's feelings, protecting his ego, are the ones driving him further into madness. Because when they tell him that, no, those polls don't exist or that they actually show this, when they give him lies and hide the actual truth, he can't say anything based in truth. So he goes out there, makes outrageous claims, and people laugh at him saying, wow, this guy is delusional. I'm going to support him even less now. And the cycle just keeps on going and going and going. But it's because of these staffers. They have to be honest with this guy. I don't care if you love him or hate him or whatever. Be honest with him and tell him he's doing badly. Your job is not going to go away by showing Donald Trump the real numbers. And if it does go away, that's probably the best thing in the world for you. Go get a better job with a candidate that is willing to listen to reality. But y'all are going to keep hiding all this devastating information from Donald Trump, which of course is going to make him think that he's not doing as badly as he is. And then he's going to keep making the same mistakes. And then there's going to be even more negative data that you have to hide from him. There is no way out of this other than the truth. I don't know why Republicans are adverse to the truth. I don't know why they seem to have a problem with honesty, but they really genuinely seem to not like telling people the truth. And it's going to cost them all big time, according to the real polls that show that Trump is getting absolutely decimated by Kamala Harris. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.